I'm Alan Weiss, and this is The Writing on the Wall. Welcome to Writing on the Wall. This episode I call Just Checking. And I want you to know about some things I just check. I think they're important to check. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But here we go. I check my spam and junk mail once every day, usually near the end of the day, because sometimes things get through there and land there. And they're important things. Maybe 1 in 25 or 1 in 50 or 1 in 100. But I take a quick look to see. I can recognize names. I can recognize destinations. And a lot of people to whom I send things claim they never get them, but then they find them in their junk file. Technology isn't perfect, so I check daily to make sure. I never by default blame the sender. I take accountability, I take responsibility. If I can fix it so it doesn't go there next time, fine, but I continue to check it. I never hit reply all. I think it's the height of stupidity, sorry. But when you hit reply all, you have letters flying in every direction about things you don't care about. I sent my condolences to someone who had a setback, and he had announced the setback to 40 or 50 people on his list. And a lot of them hit reply all saying, gee, I'm so sorry, accept my, I don't need to see that. Does that sound harsh? I don't need to see that. And all it does is clog up the mailbox. I confirm appointments in advance. I might have 6 or 7 coaching calls in a given day and 3 or 4 other things I need to do. In the morning, at around 7:30, whenever, I send out an email to everyone, a blanket email, blind carbon copy. I don't expose email addresses, and I say, I'm confirming our call today. Just hit reply only if you need to reschedule. And 1 time out of 4, somebody does, and I free up space on my calendar. I follow up everything that needs follow-up after 48 hours, worst case. Sometimes I follow up in 24 hours. If you owe me money, I follow up in about 10 minutes. Hey, it was due today. It's 9 o'clock. Where is it? I follow up assiduously, and I put in my calendar, in my Filofax, follow up if you haven't heard from right now. I record important dates and important things to do a week before. So a week before, at least, we do these shootings. Before we do these videos, I have on my calendar prepare for them. And I'll create the content and I'll put them on easels where I look for my notes here. If I have a meeting with a client, a week ahead I'll say, meeting with client next Friday, need I prepare anything? Do I have to bring anything? Do I have to send anything? It's easy that way, a Filofax. You don't need a complex system. I review takeout food before I leave the restaurant. We've all become more inured to takeout food, all right? They give you your name, they say, oh, they got my name right, they got my credit card right, it must be right. Well, it often isn't. I got a completely wrong meal once from my favorite restaurant. He came back with the right meal then, and we kept both meals and ate the others next day. But I checked the bag before I go. I keep the service professional on the service line on the phone until the issue's fixed. So if somebody's saying that I should do something on my computer screen, I ask them to wait until I do it. If they're telling me it's about the cable box, I ask them to wait until I do it. No matter what they're telling me, I say, just wait until I try it, especially the bank. Because getting back to these people is ridiculous, and so I ask them to wait, and they do. If the appetizer in the restaurant is late for any reason, I say, hold the entree. You bring me the entree before I'm finished with the appetizer, you're gonna have to make a new one. I introduced myself to hotel general managers. I'm usually in a large suite, or I'm usually holding a business meeting there, or both. And I say at the front desk, I'd love to meet the general manager briefly. And it's always arranged, and now we know each other. If I need anything, I get it like that. If I want to make a reservation or ask for some exception in the future, I get it like that. Good person to get to know, and I keep them in my address book. I check with the veterinarian before the dogs are injected. I say conversationally, so what is that you're injecting right now? And the vet will say, this is rabies vaccine, or whatever it is. But I read it once about a dog getting the wrong injection and died immediately. And so I just asked the vet conversationally, What's in there now? If the doctor says to me, look, Alan, don't worry, it's nothing to worry about, I say to the doctor, when should I worry? Under what conditions should I start to worry? How should I worry? And finally, I will tell you this, in terms of just checking. At an auction, I won tickets to a hockey game. Now, I don't follow hockey. Boston, an hour away, has the Bruins, the big professional team, and then there's a minor league team, also called the Bruins, here in Providence, and they're very popular. And at an auction, I won 2 excellent tickets. So my wife and I decided that we would go into Providence, have dinner, and see this hockey game because we got the tickets even though we don't like hockey. And so we pulled up at the garage, and I noticed the garage says, closing at 9 o'clock. And I said to the guy in the booth, will the hockey game be over by 9 o'clock? He said, there is no hockey game. I said, yes, there is. We have tickets to see the Bruins. He says, there is no hockey game tonight. That's why we close early. I said, there is a hockey game. I won the tickets. He said, let me see them, and I did. We had won tickets to the Boston Bruins at their arena up there. And we were an hour away, and we weren't going to make it. And he said to me, as he looked at the car, do they make you take an intelligence test to buy a car like this? My advice to you, keep checking.